On September 19, 1991, two hikers traversing the Otzi Alps on the border of Austria and Italy discovered a corpse emerging from the ice. Researchers soon realized they weren't looking at the victim of a recent climbing accident, as initially assumed, but the mummified body of a man who'd lived about 5,300 years ago, who they came to call Otzi the Iceman. One early theory for Otzi's alpine death was that he was a local shepherd or hunter who got caught in bad weather and froze. However, a shocking discovery eventually revealed his true cause of death and upended his story. So, what do we know about Otzi and how did he die? Over the millennia, the alpine cold and sun protected Otzi's body from decomposition, freezing and drying it out in cycles and leaving critical clues for researchers. Otzi was about 160 centimeters tall, weighed some 50 kilograms, and died between 40 and 50 years old. He led an active life, but had a strong genetic predisposition for cardiovascular diseases. His intestines were also parasitized by whipworms, and his stomach contained ulcer-causing bacteria, all of which might have caused some unpleasant symptoms. He died hundreds of years before Stonehenge and the Great Pyramid were constructed, around 3,350 BCE. Otzi lived during the late Neolithic Copper Age, when metal extraction and crafting practices were spreading throughout Eurasia. Indeed, along with stone arrowheads and knives, Otzi carried an axe made of copper from what's now Tuscany. Swaths of his clothing were made of sheep and goat leather, and his diet included cultivated grains, all of which suggested that Otzi's people relied on certain domesticated animals and crops. And when researchers inspected Otzi's skin with light ranging from infrared to UV, they found a total of 61 tattoos. Interestingly, the markings corresponded with areas of Otzi's body where he probably experienced pain, like from degeneration observed in his knees, ankles, and spine. Researchers think that the tattoos might have been intended as treatment, perhaps an early form of acupuncture. Close scrutiny also clarified the circumstances of Otzi's death and led to a tantalizing prehistoric murder mystery. A decade into studying Otzi, a CT scan picked up a crucial detail. There was a flint arrowhead lodged in Otzi's left shoulder. Soon enough, researchers started piecing Otzi's final days together. A deep cut wound on Otzi's hand showed initial signs of healing and must have occurred just days before his death. It was likely a defensive wound, which indicated that Otzi was attacked with a sharp blade but fought back and survived. Otzi may have dressed the wound with bog moss, which has antiseptic properties and was found with his remains. Meanwhile, the types and location of pollen in Otzi's digestive tract indicated that it was spring or early summer, and that his last 3 days were hectic. Otzi seemed to be fleeing something. About 33 hours before his death, Otzi was at an altitude of around 2,500 meters, near the timberline. Then, approximately 24 hours later, he descended to at least 1,200 meters, to a zone of warmth-loving trees. In his final hours, Otzi reached an altitude of around 3,000 meters, where grasses, sedges, and certain wildflowers dominated. His last meal included a large helping of dried wild ibex, roe deer, and grains. Then, despite Otzi's apparent efforts to escape the conflict, someone at a distant vantage shot him from behind. The arrow pierced a major artery and embedded itself in his left shoulder, causing extensive blood loss. Otzi probably died soon after, his remains and all his belongings left undisturbed in the glacier for millennia. This 5,300-year-old cold case has offered invaluable glimpses into the distant past, but the mystery of who exactly Otzi was and why he was killed will probably never be solved. The tangible evidence for the act degraded and carried away, lost to snowdrifts long ago. Discover why a 2,000-year-old corpse didn't decompose, and the surprising clues it revealed with this video. Or explore more secrets preserved by permafrost, including cave bears and wolf pups more than 30,000 years old in this one.